The Morning After with Jake and Tori.
Jake, James, and Tori Lee hanging out in the Slam Dot Studios, and we're visited by comedian, actor supreme Kevin McDonald. Thank you so much for joining us today.
The Poseidon Adventure. The song The Morning After is from the Poseidon Adventure. Did you know that?
I do now. Tori did. They picked the name before I came on the show.
I did that. The Poseidon Adventure, they sing it before the ship sinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We hope for better results on this.
I didn't realize this was the singing ship shanty of a show.
Yeah. They sing it, and then as New Year's happens, and then they go upside down. And I was a Catholic, and the movie was the Catholics all stayed and drowned, where the Protestants kept climbing to the top of the ship to try to get rescued. So see, Catholics stay and they drown.
But like the old joke, I sent you a boat and 2 helicopters. I don't know why you're still on that roof right there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you.
We're going to get to talk more with you at the other side of the break. We'd like to say thank you to Kevin, who won our 4-pack Friday tickets right before you walked in. Different Kevin.
Kevin.
We didn't just give the tickets to our guests like that, even though we probably could. So it's 8:08 in the morning. Let's jump back in the music. We got more with Kevin, and he's wearing a Lakers hat, a fellow Laker fan. I'd love to have that right here in Knoxville's only alternative, 94Z.
You're listening to The Morning After on 94Z.
Probably the biggest Friday we've ever had here at The Morning After in the Slam Dot Studios. It's Jake, James, Tori Lee, joined by comedian, actor Kevin McDonald, and, of course, Moxie Easton. Thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it. Now, you're going to be doing a show at Modern Studio tomorrow night.
Yes, I am.
That is awesome.
Sorry, my answer was so short. You said it's a very exciting Friday that I'm here, and all I said was, yes, I am. I'm sorry.
I told him about doing the rapid-fire questions, so he's going to give us everything very fast.
Yeah.
I've been over to Modern Studio a couple of times, seen some burlesque shows, so I know it's a great venue. You're going to have a good time out there.
Yes, I will be doing burlesque myself. So
Excellent. I'm excited to see it. What kind of tassels are you going with?
We're picking the tassels today.
Okay, all right.
So it's a surprise. Come and see the tassels.
Any choices that you have that you would like to go with?
Satin.
Maybe the Divine Comedy. You got the laugh and the cry on one side right there.
Exactly. Divine Comedy tassels.
That would be absolutely excellent. I wanted to, a lot of people know you from Kids in the Hall.
Yes.
But I want to say, I know you from the Outcast video, Roses. You know what I'm saying? So, like everybody else, he's from Kids in the Hall. No, he was in an Outcast video, you guys.
Yes.
Let's just start right there at the top. Don't bury the lead. How much fun was that?
It was so much fun. It was first of all, they had the best food on any set I've ever had. They had it was shot in a high school in East LA, and the whole classroom was just full of food. Of all kinds of food, Southern cooking, Greek, Italian, everything. It was all I remember is the food, and I got it because my agent was the agent of Eugene Levy, and they asked for Eugene Levy to be the principal. And Eugene Levy was in Canada. My agent said, I have a kid in the hall.
That's how they described it. I got one of them. Great agent you've got right there.
I know. And actually, the director said, "Don't even tell me which one. Just send him."
Just send him. He knew which one he was getting. He was getting Pastor Dave all the way right there. Yeah, that's another favorite. I love that line.
Good wig. I had a good wig as Pastor Dave.
Great wig as
Pastor Dave. Loved it.
I love the line that I love from that is, "We don't need any LSD. I get high on GOD." And you just delivered it so perfect. It's a classic.
And what song did I sing?
Oh my gosh!
I know the Birds covered it. Jesus just all right with me.
Jesus is all right with me. Yeah, it was the
Doobie Brothers.
The one that's like I think of Technicolor Dreamcoat when I think of that song.
Is that Technicolor Dreamcoat?
I don't know, but it seems like it should have been.
Right, Doobie Brothers did it, but also the Birds did it as well.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God.
The Birds do everything. My Bird sings every song. That's why we can't take her to movies anymore. She almost got us kicked out of Deadpool. So
you don't know what the bird is.
Oh, my bird. That's my mom. That's what we call my moms right there.
I knew an explanation was coming.
Yeah, it had to. It had to eventually. But yeah, like I said, with you coming in, there's going to be so many people. We got Stryker here finally.
Hello.
You mind if we? You mind if we go ahead and do our tropical thing?
Please
Did
do.
you want to try one with us?
No.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm gonna let Tori run out and grab us some napkins real quick, and then while Stryker's getting the video ready. And so we'll.
Unless
no,
you
I
tell
know.
her
No, they're right there in the restroom. The pull down napkins. Yeah, there we go. He went the wrong way. We used to have a restroom that way.
Oh wow.
So did you want to try one?
I'm gonna give it a shot.
You're gonna give it a shot. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so we're here on the Morning After. We've got Kevin McDonald, probably our biggest interview ever, and we're gonna waste the time by eating a pickle. So, so you'll never have another one like this. I guarantee the next press tour you do, you'll be like, man, they ate pickles.
Yeah,
what are you gonna
What
do?
are you gonna eat?
So let's get that actual. Let's see if I can. Oh, because that's usually the hardest part with pickles, right?
That's true.
That was a good noise you did by the
freshness.
mic. That was good,
Yeah,
good showbiz.
Yeah, you like that? See, hey, maybe I can. Well, talk to me later, buddy. Talk to me later.
I'm your manager. Yeah.
Okay,
you have
let's
to
see.
smell it now.
All right, yeah, go ahead and smell it for us, Tori. What's that's
not a good
what a great endorsement that was right there.
Punchy pickly.
Woo, this is going to be something right here. All right, on the Morning After, thank you, Star Wars Sam. Thank you to the store that made this. That I didn't even know I needed it right here. Didn't even know I needed this right here.
know.
So we're going to go on the. You'll have to commentate for me since I'm not going to be able to talk. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready to
All
talk. All right, he's eating the pickle. It's in his mouth. He's taking a bite. They've all taken. Two of them have taken a bite. There's some faces being made. They're giving up. They're giving up, ladies and gentlemen. They're giving up. This is the worst disaster than the Hindenburg. They're giving up.
God.
The humanity.
It's so bad.
Okay, now Moxie's gonna try.
That's bad, dude.
The face.
Oh,
the
my
face.
God.
Here comes the face.
No.
All right, I'll have one. No,
Oh my God.
You want
they're throwing them away. Oh, jeez. No, thank you. No.
I am not going to swallow that.
No.
So that was a.
Striker, try one.
Oh my goodness! You want to? You can
It's
finish the
weird.
back end of this.
What was
one.
bad about it? The tropical part.
It's too sweet.
It's,
Way too sweet.
yeah.
It tastes like punch.
If you were eating it with maybe like the saltiest meal of all time,
Right.
You know,
That
maybe
might be,
maybe
might
like
help.
$5. He likes them.
oh, you know, Strike's gonna
$5
eat.
Striker likes it.
Oh man, well
There's
I
no face yet. He's the first one that didn't make it. Oh, here comes the face.
No.
That is a really
It's really
wrong
sweet.
combination.
yeah
It
yeah
took him the longest to make the face.
yeah well.
You were making the face right away.
Oh, well, man, I'm telling you, I've had to eat a durian cookie on this show before, and I would rather do that again than eat another one of those. It was bad, and I love pickles.
Are we supposed to be advertising? these?
No. We just happened to see it and couldn't believe it existed. It was one of those, why you do that?
Right,
You know,
right.
why would you even want to do that? You know what would go good? Pickles and then fruit punch. I just never even heard of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like throwing the dirty balls in the beer pong. I just never understood. Yeah, get the one that's under the table with the cat hair. Throw it in my beer, please. I never understood that.
Because you know
kind of-
that's the one that's going to land, actually.
it gives it that little bit
Ballast.
of weight to it. Gives it a little
Ballast.
bit of weight to it. So of all the projects you've done, and I know you probably can't.
I like
say
the Outcast video. I like
the
that.
Outcast video. What would be something else that was different, that was fun? You know that.
It's funny. I would have said the Outcast video. Like besides the Kids in the Hall, I would have said. Have you ever heard of a cartoon called Invader Zim?
Yes.
I've heard of that. Yes.
Invader Zim. That's sort of the second culty thing that I did. When nerds come up to me, and I'm a nerd. I'm not insulting nerds.
Oh no, we
are-
nerd out every day here.
We're nerd
We're
And
friendly.
you say it in the proper way.
Yes.
Other people say it and it's weird, like nerd. Like
No,
I like the way you say
I
it.
say like princess,
Yeah,
nerd.
nerd.
But
Thank you.
when fellow nerds come up to me, they either say Kids in the Hall or Invader Zim. It was a very cool cartoon. And we just did a movie of it. So
Oh, really?
It'll be a TV movie, Nickelodeon. As Invader Zim was a good moment. I would have said Outcast though, because that was amazing. Andre 3000 gave me his tie. Because I was playing. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, he lent me his tie for the shoot. I'm sorry, he didn't give it to
Oh no, you didn't get the. I'm gonna need that back, player.
I was playing the principal, and I don't have ties, and so I did one take, and everybody laughed, and all of a sudden everyone was quiet. The room was separated, and then he came and walked towards me, and he's a very tiny man. And I thought, oh, he's going to tell me to do it differently. He's the only one that didn't like it, I thought. And then he said, here. And then he went on his tiptoes and he put his tie over my neck.
Oh my goodness! Like it was so good, but you just need this right
Yeah.
here. And I bet he's kind of a different cat, being Andre 3000.
He seems like a different cat. I think he's a great songwriter. I love that album.
The Love Below.
I was so
and-
excited. I just bought the album when they asked me to do the video. I was so excited.
So you got to listen to it on the way.
Yes.
That is all. So you wore the T-shirt to the concert.
Yeah, exactly.
But I listening to the music.
Exactly.
Well, man, we're going to take got to get a check on traffic and weather. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
You're going to stay with us through the break.
I am.
You already
I will.
told us
I
what
will.
time you got to leave, so I know you're going to get to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
We're here with Kevin McDonald.
4 p.m.
We've also got Moxie Easton. I'm Jake James. He's Tori Lee. This Morning After on 94Z.
It's the Morning After on 94Z.
8:30 in the morning. This is the Morning After on 94Z. Jake James and Tori Lee hanging out in the Slam Dot Studios with our special guest Kevin McDonald and of course Moxie Easton. And you're going to be over at Modern Studio on Saturday.
Yes.
Classic comedian, been in so many shows, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking, and there's been how could you say nerd again like you did it?
Nerd.
Yeah, princess like that. I love it.
Princess.
So when we nerd out, a lot of people, especially my mama bird, get mad at me because I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I never quite got on the Harry Potter train.
Right.
Right? And I see where you're in Harry Potter.
I played Harry Potter in an epic movie. It wasn't the greatest movie ever. I shouldn't say that. They were all nice people. But it was the only movie I was in that opened at #1.
Really?
And then next week went to number 182.
It went from 1 to 182.
But it opened in number
With
1.
a bullet.
Well, that's awesome right there.
Yes, I was 35-year-old Harry Potter.
Oh my goodness! So a lot of and I saw Epic Movie. I love those movies that make fun.
I love the parody movies. Yes.
We were just talking. We did a Mel Brooks nerd out not too long ago when he passed, and they had said
Did Mel Brooks pass?
No.
Not yeah.
No.
Pass.
It was his birthday, dude.
Oh, it was his birthday.
Oh my God! I know he's 90. It's gonna.
No, don't say that. It was his birthday.
My bad.
All right, continue.
Once again, at the Morning After, we don't know. So it's I'm sure we'll get ton. You should see. I had to delete my Twitter. I make so many mistakes on this show that I had to just delete the Twitter.
Oh, I panicked.
Yeah. So yeah, my bad.
No.
But yeah, they said that. But the parody movies aren't being made as much as they used to be.
Yes.
And so I feel like that's a definite shame.
May I be boring nerd for a second?
Please.
I just bought these 2 DVDs. These are 2 parody movies from the 70s. I don't know if you guys remember them. You're young, and I love them. Start the Revolution Without Me with Gene Wilder and The Big Bus.
Oh, no, I got to look those up.
Gene Wilder, anything he does is gold.
It's gold. It's a great parody movie. It's a parody of like old swashbuckler movies, and The Big Bus is a parody of disaster movies, and it was done like 5 or 6 years before Airplane.
Oh my goodness! And the disaster movies are
It's a disaster
huge
movie.
now.
And the thing is, it's like a giant bus that's going from. It's a nuclear-powered bus that's going from the East Coast to the West Coast, and they keep getting disasters. Yeah. I love introducing people. You got to see The Big Bus. And maybe I liked it as a kid, so maybe they're not quite as great as I think they are. But I saw them again, and I still thought they were great. Big Bus, Start the Revolution Without Me.
And it holds up right there. We'll have to check that out, and we'll nerd out on it for you sometime next week.
Thank you.
You'll be able to hear it on the SoundCloud because I know you follow us.
I follow you.
Yeah, because you and Dolly Parton are probably our 2 biggest
Yes.
listeners. So
Dolly and I get together and listen to it.
yeah, so you guys are going to hang out this weekend
yeah,
also.
Yeah. Finally.
Well, that is, and being from Montreal,
Yes. You're from Montreal too?
No, but I wanted to go to the Montreal Comedy Festival one day. It's
Yes.
a goal. So have you gotten to perform at that, I'm sure?
Yes, I have.
Tell me what that's like. Tell me about, because it's the biggest comedy festival in all of North America, really.
It's very big, and as you say, it's the city I was born. And I accidentally, I'm not bragging, I broke the record in 2007. I was there the very first day, and I was there the last day because I did my one-man show from beginning to end. In the middle of the Kitchen Hall, we were beginning to work on our new tour. So I've done the most shows in one just for last festival ever. It was, but it's Montreal, so it's like parades all the time. It's fun. You get sucked into the you stay up until 5 in the morning,
right?
Even if there's nothing to do.
Comedians.
Yeah, you at the bar and you listen to comedians tell jokes, and
because they're always funnier when you're at the bar than it's on when you're on stage.
Apparently, yes. And then you sleep until 3 in the afternoon, and then you wake up, have your breakfast, lunch, and then you do your show. I'm trying to think of a good amusing anecdote. I can't think of any. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Hey, at the Morning After, we don't know either. So,
there you go.
yeah, so,
but did I give you a flavor of
right? So, and how many days? It's a 3-day festival, right?
Oh, it's like 2 weeks. That's right.
2 weeks.
I was there for like 2, maybe even longer. I was there for like 2 weeks, doing a one-man show every night, and the Kids in the Hall show, then back to my one-man show. It was crazy.
Which do you feel like your one-man show goes a little bit better because you don't have to rely on anybody else? With the Kids in the Hall deal?
Well, the Kids in the Hall go better because they're better than me, but the one-man show...
Oh, come on now.
At least you're by yourself, and you don't have to rely, and it's kind of... Both things are good for different... But, of course, I'd rather be with the Kids in the Hall.
Really? Even though you feel like... Don't you feel like Dave's stealing, like, all your roles?
Yes, but I encourage him to.
Right. But you write most of his material, though. I mean, he's got to pay...
I will lie and say that, yes.
Yeah, he's got to pay you all the royalties.
I will lie, just like the Dolly Parton lie. Dolly Parton and I write a lot of Dave's stuff. We get together every Thursday. After we listen to your show, we get inspired and we write some comedy for Dave.
I knew it had to be that way. I knew it. So the kids in the hall, you get brought up all the time. And I told Stryker, I was like, man, we got to ask him a better question than kids in the hall. But it was a long period of your life, and it started off.
And it's still we're together until one of us dies.
Right.
Probably Dave.
Because you're gonna get him. If you don't start giving some of them rolls up, you might have to. An accidental mistake. You know, we've got plenty of bridges here. If you invite him down for our comedy festival.
Yes.
We have a Knoxville comedy festival that's usually the same weekend as homecoming weekend. Would you ever think about coming down here and doing something at the Scruffy City Comedy Festival?
Absolutely.
Well, as long as we're paying like we're weighing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
If the kids in Hall, if I could talk them into do that would be fun.
Oh my gosh, it'd be probably the biggest one we'd ever had. We're about 3 years into it now.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, if you ever think about it, we're not quite the Montreal.
And it's not just stand up; it's like their sketch trips and stuff.
We had like the air sex guy came in one time. A lot of like the Einstein Simplified group.
People,
they do something over there every Tuesday at Scruffy, so they were part of the comedy festival. So there is the improv troops and some shows, but a lot of it is mostly stand up.
Wow.
But you could definitely come and do your one-man show.
Yes, I'd have to rememorize it. I'll do other stuff.
Now, and I also saw you do your monologue one time on Mad TV.
All right.
And you said you had 417 things that bothered you, but they weren't going to allow you to do 17 hours on television.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was absolutely hilarious because it's such the calm cool in your comedy that I like. That's like the Dave Wright and other comedians. It's like you're standing up there, you deliver it, and then all of a sudden, boom, here's the joke. And I love how it's calm and cool like that. If you did get to do the 417 things, could you give us the top 3 things
that I want to do
that you would have made you mad?
That would have made me mad.
Remember, that's what you said you were going to come out there.
I sort of remember.
And it was like, oh, these are the 417 things that upset me, or
driving a tank would make me mad.
You driving it?
Yeah.
You don't think that would? I don't think I could drive a tank and be angry. That's a grinning thing right there.
I would just be afraid I'd be hurting someone. That would make me mad. Why am I in this tank? Why am I in this tank? Being in a Civil War reenactment would make me angry.
Yeah, I have Civil War reenactors in my family.
I know a couple.
And they hate it when I call it cosplaying. So they're like, it's not a cosplay, it's a uniform. No, you're playing.
And I guess for the third one, the classic would be if I had a tropical.
That would make
Let me
really
tell you something.
angry,
A tropical almost killed me. Yeah. Well, we're going to get one more check on traffic and weather. When we come back, we're going to talk
traffic and weather are very important.
I know they go together like cable and internet. You know what I mean? So we got to get that out there. Then we'll come back. We'll talk more about your show, how they can get some tickets.
Yes.
Maybe try to steal a few pair from you to give away to a listener.
we can do that.
I have a pair that you can you can knock me out. I brought a club where you can sneak up behind me and knock me out and take that. They're in this pocket.
I'm a big Captain Caveman fan, so I love that idea. Yeah. It's 8:38 in the morning. We'll be right back on the Morning After on 94Z.
You're listening to the Morning After on 94Z.
8:47 in the morning. This is the Morning After on Knoxville's only alternative 94Z. Jake James and Tori, the Nature Boy Lee, hanging out in the Slam Dot Studios. We're joined by Moxie Easton and comedian actor Kevin McDonald. Thank you so much. Should I say actor, comedian?
I don't know what to say customs because I always like to. Then I get pretentious because I always like to say writer.
My bad. I should have said that.
So then I just say comedian.
Well, most comedians do their own writing.
Yeah.
Right, unless we get to steal the joke at an open mic. Nobody was there. So, but yeah, okay. So writer, actor, comedian, extraordinaire.
I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian.
Comedian.
I'm a comedian.
Man, I say I'm an open micer. So,
right.
yeah. So, you being a real comedian, that's...
But then I get confused because then I get anal, and then people think I just do stand-up, and that's the thing I do the least and the worst. You'll see tomorrow night. And, like sketch comedy and acting in movies. So I get confused. Sometimes in the customs, I don't know what to say because I'm anal. Well, technically, I'm a comedian. But,
right. So, just no matter what they say, you can change it up. I don't know. Actor, does that really describe me? No.
All right, just get through.
Yeah, just as long... I'm just very glad that you're here, man.
Thank you very much.
Tell us, where's the show at? What time's it going to be?
He's going to hand it over to me. It's at Modern Studio, which is in Happy Holler area of Knoxville. If you want to buy tickets before, the advance tickets go offline at midnight tonight. They are at www.ooh2.com, which is OOHX2.
Used to be ooh review.
Yeah, it did.
So that's why it's ooh times 2. That's like a math thing.
ooh2.com, yeah.
Comedy is math.
Yeah.
And then they're available at the door tomorrow, but if you get it at the door, you may be standing room only. So
But hey, with a show like that, I'd stand up. Plus,
Yeah.
you can be over here to the right. There's a nice little place where you can charge your phone. It's got a little ledge.
Oh, great.
So I mean, any show you
I'll
can
do that during the show.
Yeah. Make sure your ringer's off,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you can go ahead and charge it up.
Oh, good to know.
What time is it at?
It's
doors open at 7:30,
Doors open at
and
7:30.
then we actually have an opening act at 8:15,
Ooh.
and then the show will kick in at 8:30.
I wonder who the lucky comedian was that got to open for you.
It's actually Katie and the Bass Drums with Zach Fallon and all that.
Zach Fallon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's a great guy. Great guy.
And there's lots of acts, right? Like I'm just one of many acts in a way.
No,
Like,
it's a big extravaganza.
lots
Yeah.
of local. I have trouble saying because I pronounce like LOCO, local.
However you want to say it. I've heard it both ways. Don't worry about it. We're good. Local, local.
They're loco, man. These acts are
That'll
loco.
work.
Like I'm old local show, man.
I'm saying loco, man.
So you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. I love how you said you'll see that stand-up's not my main thing.
Yeah, you'll see.
I feel like that was a little self-deprecating because I know it's gonna be awesome. You can't have the record at the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Well, that was like a one-man show, and actually I do bits for it. Like, I'll tell you, I'll do the whole act right now.
Okay, we got time. I tell him all the time we could take it to 11.
We got 7 minutes. Go ahead.
Striker's here. He's okay with it.
right.
His show comes on later.
Like it starts. Well, I'm not doing it, but it starts off. I tell like a Kids in the Hall story, a true Kids in the Hall story.
Okay.
So I'm not doing my traditional stand-up, and then I do a thing. I talk about being a minor celebrity, and I do a song about it, and then I tell a Scott Thompson story.
Okay, well, right on. See, keeping
It's
it real.
it's stories.
That's our favorite thing. I mean, we talk about what happened to us, and
Yeah.
so if you can't talk about your own life and make it funny, then why would I want to hear somebody write a joke and try to be funny?
Good for
so
you.
I like that. I like that kind. That's my comedy right up there. That's my favorite alley. Before we get into the rapid fire, you want to give any shout outs or anything?
Is that when when you shout out to people that you know in the community?
Well,
All
no,
right, okay, she's in Oakville, Ontario, but I'd like to shout out to my Aunt Judy, who will never hear this. Aunt Judy, thank you very much for giving me your Beatles albums when I was 6. Okay, I have a podcast show called. Am I too loud, by the way? Am I too loud and too close to the mic?
What?
You're the only
Am I
guest that
too-
ever gets close enough to it. So
Sorry. Check. Is this working? I know I am. Done that joke since 1982. I have a podcast, Kevin McDonald's Kevin McDonald Show. You can hear it on iTunes. You can hear it on foreverdog.com. It's like an old-fashioned radio variety show. You can listen to the one with Mike Myers. He did a sketch. I interviewed him for a half hour. I have a new one coming out next week with TJ Miller. There's one with Wallace Shawn. There's one with Rob Cordry. There's one with Dave Foley. There's one with Scott Thompson.
who's Dave Foley?
I just met him for that podcast. He seemed very nice. And also, there's too many the podcasts where I just interview Susanna Hoffs and Craig Finn from the Whole Steady. I'm done shouting out. Aunt Judy, I love you.
Good old Aunt Judy. Now, you know Aunt Judy can listen over the World Wide Web. We stream,
Well, then-
and then you can send her a link from the SoundCloud today. So we're always out there. So Aunt Judy can listen no matter where she's at, thanks to the internet.
That was a shout out about my shout out.
Hey, you gotta love that. You gotta love that. All right, so you ready for some rapid fire? Now,
I'll be quick. I promise that.
well, the questions are kind of quicker. We just call it rapid fire.
I'm gonna be
a lot of
quick.
these times it's for us to get to know you a little better, maybe for the Z Nation to get to know you a little better, and they're just kind of fun and stupid. Go ahead, let you get a sip of water. Now remember, if you don't answer these correctly, you take home a whole jar of Tropicals.
All right.
All right, you're from Montreal.
Please
Yes.
do
We've
one.
already established that.
Yes.
The name of the CFL team in Montreal is?
The Alouettes.
Oh, I had Royals.
Montreal Royals was the baseball team that was the farm team to the Brooklyn Dodgers.
See how I threw him off right there? Both answers are correct right there. All right. You got your Lakers hat on. They originally moved from the Great Lakes State up there in Minnesota. Milwaukee. They moved from there, and they got to L.A. in what year?
1952.
Close, 1960. 1960. Oh, all right.
I made it up.
How about one that's real easy? We'll throw you a softball here. Kids in the Hall had how many seasons?
5.
How many episodes?
100.
And 2.
110 if you count the greatest hits.
There it is right there. See, you got to love it.
Sorry, should I not do this on the radio?
No. It's okay. It's okay. And in what year?
1846.
19.
What year? What?
The Kids in the Hall premiere.
Oh, it was 89.
I had 88. Look at this. Wikipedia's
Oh,
a
you
lie.
know what? You're right. The pilot was 88. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong about
Oh.
myself. You're
So-
right. The pilot was 88.
Look at
Wow.
that.
So,
You knew more about that.
We're still going to give them. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff. Movie vehicles, okay? Would you rather have Herbie the Love Bug or Kit from Knight Rider?
Herbie the Love Bug.
Of course. That's the only answer. It's National Junk Food Day. What's your favorite junk food?
I'm a vegetarian.
Oh gosh.
So corn chips.
Dipped in kale juice. All right, being a vegetarian, the other day was National Daiquiri Day. You say you don't do the beer too much. What is your favorite daiquiri?
I can only think of strawberry, but that's not funny, so I'm going to talk funny to make it seem like I'm saying something funny.
That's the correct answer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we'll skip the. Since you're a vegetarian, the next one yesterday was Hot Dog Day, so I don't know what the veggie dog. I guess. What was your favorite veggie dog topping?
This is interesting if you're boring, which I am. Because I'm Canadian, because I'm from Montreal, mayonnaise, believe it or not.
White pudding.
Mayonnaise is Tori's favorite thing in the world. We call it white pudding.
White pudding.
White pudding. Well, then I'm going to call it white pudding from now on.
All right, we got two more.
Unless there's people around. Then
you're not going to put the white pudding on in front of somebody. I figured maybe a slaw dog on your veggie because, that's still vegetarian right there. The other day was World Emoji Day. When you text somebody, you use emoji. What is your most used emoji?
I don't use one.
There it is. You're a grown man. That's right. All right, you're visiting us here in Knoxville. You're in East Tennessee.
Yes.
A lot of the states here, we have Missouri's the show me state, right? Pennsylvania is the Keystone State.
Okay.
Tennessee is the what state?
I know this. It's the Marble State.
We are the Marble City. I'll give you one more try.
All right.
Tennessee is the
Volunteer State.
There it is. Give him another bell. All right, now you got to answer some morning after questions. These are the three quickies.
Done.
This is it. This is it. Ready? All right. Little Debbie makes a lot of little snack. Like you said, you're a vegetarian, but I'm sure you've cheated before, had a ho-ho, ding-dong, something. Yeah. Little Debbie makes a snack called Star Crunch. Is a Star Crunch a cookie or not?
It's a cookie.
It is a cookie.
Oh,
yes.
Wrong.
All right, we only got two more for you. You ready? The movie The Big Lebowski. Is that a good movie or not?
You know what? I find it overrated, but I enjoy it. So I say somewhere in the middle.
Ooh, overrated is the correct answer.
No, but he enjoys it. That's the correct answer.
No. He led with overrated.
You know what kills me about that? I know we only have a little time. Is that he doesn't solve anything. He never makes it better. He never figures it out. He's just,
it's horrible. It never goes anywhere.
It's not horrible.
And I'm a big fan of them. I enjoy it, but I find it overrated. So I agree with both of you.
Okay.
I would rather watch a dog in a rocking chair go back and forth than that movie. Now, this one's going to kind of be thrown off also because I don't know if vegetarians have French fries, but...
Yes, we do.
Okay, what is your favorite French fry?
Well, of course, I'm Canadian. Poutine.
Poutine. That's going to work because he's Canadian. Here at the Morning After, we've agreed it's crinkle cut. But sometimes the accidental curly is amazing. Kevin, thank you so much for coming, man. I hope you had a good time here on the Morning After.
I had a really great time, and I'm not lying this time.
See? That's better than all of my dates ever. I really appreciate that, man. Kevin McDonald from Kids in the Hall, and, of course, from the Roses video from Outkast. Thank you so much for being here. You can see him at the Modern Studio tomorrow night. Get your tickets. Moxie, tell them where they can get their tickets one more time.
www.ootimes2.com.
And you can get those right there on the internet. And if you wait till the day of, you might be standing room only, but it'd be totally worth it. Kevin McDonald,
charge your phone.
Charge your phone. Come out. Make sure the ringer's off. Really appreciate you coming in here.
Thank you very much. I had
It's
fun.
Tori Lee and Jake James on the Morning After on 94Z.
The Morning After, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on 94Z.